Welcome to Chill and Heal Tarot. My name is Lady Nikki 33, and if you have followed me here from Instagram, a warm welcome to you, and this is your extended. And for those of you new to the channel, a warm welcome to you as well. Now, before I give the recap and backstory from Instagram, please allow me to introduce myself, and I will also add a timestamp of when the reading begins in the comment section if you'd like to skip the intro. Okay, so I'm an intuitive tarot card reader, a psychic, and medium. The messages I receive from my guides to share with you during this reading should only serve as confirmation to what you already intuitively feel about your story and situation. Collective love readings in general are for entertainment purposes only and should not change what you know intuitively about your situation and or any decision you have already made or are thinking of making. I don't tend to use terms such as divine feminine, divine masculine, for a saint is just a sinner who fell down but got up, and a karmic is simply in your energy to teach you a lesson that you deserve to learn. You know what role you play in your story or situation. I also do not mix my spiritual path in my readings. You also know who your divine source is. This is just good old tarot. Now, I am a twin flame and a twin ray in separation. However, I do not read those energies in my readings. But I am completely transparent and I might include my own experiences within the reading where I see applicable and if I feel it might be helpful to you along your journey. I will always give a disclaimer if I feel a reading is meant for me or if I resonate with it. Now, finally, I read for feminine energy. So if you are a masculine energy, you would be considered a cross watcher. And I'm going to disclose everything I see about you, good or bad, to the feminine you are dealing with. I also channel messages through music, and the songs and lyrics that I hear while writing and delivering your reading will be in my playlist called Channeled Songs. My cards are pre-shuffled and saged, and this reading has been prayed over. For those new to the channel, I write the reading on Instagram, and this is the extended, but we clarify together. I pull the top cards from each main deck for past, present, future, crowning, and root energies, and from the bonus messages as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into a recap from Instagram. Now, this might be a long reading because I did pick up two specific energies, and so I'll make sure to timestamp which group starts when, and that way you can pretty much decide which reading would be best suited for you. Okay, so now for the first group that I'm reading for, I channeled the song Trade 'Em In by Candy Burris. And the lyrics I heard are, I treated you like royalty, but you didn't want to give me the same courtesy. You treated me like a toy that you didn't need, kept me in a box, and every now and then you played with me. I tried and tried and tried to tell you how I felt, but you kept on doing your thing like you just didn't care. I guess you thought I'd never go nowhere. That's why I finally traded you in. So you have outgrown a connection. Long ago, when this romance began, you were younger or less mature minded. It's giving you went along for the non committal types, or enjoyed the dating game, or just went along for the okie doke. But you have met someone new, unbeknownst to your bachelor lover. And this new person meets and matches your energy where you are now, the new you, the changed you. Okay? You're accepting that you and your seasoned partner are living separate lives, separate aspirations, and separate relationship goals. You see, with growth brings change. You realize what you want in a partner and that the bachelor will never be because he chooses not to be. But your new partner knows what he wants and has made his intentions with you very clear. He sees you in star energy, and for someone specific has even put a ring to go along with his words of attention. It's giving out with the old and in with the new vibes. That's why you finally traded the bachelor in. Okay? But now there's a plot twist. When you ended this long-term entanglement, it caused a transformation in the Bachelor. You were a catalyst of some sort. I'm feeling that he never expected to miss you as much as he does, nor to see the loss of any feminine energy as a loss or a missed opportunity, nor to realize just how much you actually meant to him. He wasn't expecting that. But seasons change, feelings change, and people can change. Now he wants to turn his Bachelor Faux Life Platinum card in. He never treated you as your worth because he didn't see you as worthy. But when you changed and began to walk in your power, now he sees you as worthy of making a change in himself and his lifestyle for you and because of you. He's ready to make you his wife. I believe you won't see this coming, and what you don't see coming is a reformed player with a serious and solid offer. Now, you never disclosed to him that you had a new partner of interest, but I think that you gave him a final ultimatum. And in that ultimatum, he rejected you. And at that time is when you officially committed or you decided to jump all in with the new person. Now you're going to be forced to either keep your decision or make a new decision if this reformed player is able to convince you that he's ready and he's serious about you. Okay? So now that's the first group that I'm reading for. Now let me grab my notes for the second group. All right. And that one starts off with expectation. So the song that I channeled for this group is by Expose, and it's called Seasons Change. Some dreams are in the nighttime, and some seem like yesterday. But leaves turn brown and fade, and ships sail away. You long to say 1,000 words, but the feelings we used to share have gone away. But you will feel them again, and find them again someday. Seasons change, feelings change, people change. So for your group, I feel that a relationship has ended and it's leaving you with mixed emotions of loneliness and hope. Someone still has feelings for the person who walked away, and there's an unspoken hope that they might come back, albeit unlikely. Both lovers find it hard to say goodbye and share feelings of nostalgia, wanting to go back to how things used to be. They want to convey a message of hope and resilience, a reminder that there's always light at the end of the tunnel. Even though things might seem unbearable right now, it won't last forever. With every passing season, seasons change. Now, for this group, I believe the feminines, and I think this is very specific, but the man that you had intentions of marrying is actually, or has actually just revealed that he is married, but legally separated from the mother of his 4 children. You have ended this connection due to feelings of betrayal, mainly the time that is spent in this connection. So with the position of the cards, how it lays on the table, it forms like the number 7. So perhaps you've been involved 7 months, but I'm thinking it's more like 7 years. And I also see that the love between you and this person has not faded yet. However, you are in the grieving process of the loss of someone that you actually thought and saw and treated you as a soulmate. And so I'm feeling that this is actually a mutual feeling between both of you, which then brings us back to the 4 of Cups. So I'm sensing you are of a particular age, and prior to meeting this masculine, were not seeking nor interested in love and romance. I think you were acceptant that Mr. Right would not show up in this lifetime and were content with your lifestyle and living single. Then that's when this man showed up and showed out. And that's where this star energy comes in, and it's also a plot twist because this man gave you star quality treatment because that's how he truly sees you. Healing energy to his soul. You've even given him hope that real love does exist, even if he didn't find that with his wife or mother of his children. Now, many moon cycles would pass as your relationship grew, and to prove his love to you, I believe that he gave to you a promise ring in the distant past and an engagement ring in the recent past. Now, if you've been in this romance for up to 7 years and did not know that he was married, it's because he is legally separated. Okay? Now, no doubt you know of his children, which I believe he has 4 with the wife, mother of his children. And maybe even you might know the mother, but I'm assuming you assumed they were compatible co parents. You might feel betrayed that he never disclosed he was married and legally separated, and I agree with you. But you also must agree that this fine detail has never affected your connection until now, because you have ended the connection after his confession, which also may have come after your final ultimatum of marriage. He had no choice but to come clean, and hope you would understand the cheaper to keep her dynamic that he's in. Okay? It's because he's legally separated that you share the lifestyle that you share. Okay? I believe he lives on his own. You live on your own. You've spent the night at his house. He spent the night at your house. There was no signs that he was actually married, and that's because he's legally separated. Okay? He treated you like a prized possession, not just some side chick, because he had the freedom legally to do so. Their married business affairs never impacted your connection because they live agreed upon separate lives. There's no threat of reunion. Okay? But with this person that you saw as a soulmate, you had an expectation. And with the lay of the cards, the way it's showing is that now your back is turned to this connection. But you are also in 4 of Cups energy. Okay? And that's because the will has changed. Now, I'm wondering if you're deciding to end this long-term connection. This may have been a catalyst to your partner rethinking his cheaper to keeper dynamic. Or will his plea, I see a plea coming in from him in the future that will make you reconsider, or at least he's hoping you reconsider a reconciliation. And will that be the catalyst to your making a new decision? Okay? But what I want to say for both groups that I worked or wrote this reading for, there's expectations of seeing someone new. And so what I can say for both is that I'm reading for strong-minded women, okay? In the lay of the cards, you're looking towards someone new. For the group that we just read for, even if your decision to end that relationship with who you thought was a soulmate, even if it remains the same, you see things as tough right now, but you know it won't last forever. Okay, things will get better again because seasons change. And for the first group that we read for, it's because you grew and transformed and stood in your power. You discovered your worth. And for that, now you're in a promising new connection. Okay, so that's the tea from Instagram. All right, and I think it's really hot, and I think that this message is going to probably get a little deep. I tend to read a little long, but it's because I see so many energies within the reading, and I try and read from all perspectives. But that's what we got for Instagram. Okay, so I can put my notes aside. Let's go ahead and cut our clarifying deck on camera, and then we'll go ahead and clarify the energies. So for past, present, and future energies, we have the Magician, we have the Star, and we have the 4 of Cups. And you can place that anywhere in your story. It's a timeless reading. Crowning your spread, we have the Wheel of Fortune, and at the root of your spread is Death. Okay? Now, your bonus messages. Now, this one was actually a flipper. So this is the reason why I had to read for 2 groups, because during the pre-shuffle, this card flipped out and over. Okay, so I think this is speaking for someone specific. Either of the groups I'm reading for can be specific, but this message is definitely for someone. Okay, it says, I'm seeing someone, but I'm not ready for you to know about them yet. And this is from the Dark Confessions deck. And then we have our regular bonus messages, one from the Kipper and its expectation, one from the Romance Angels and its soulmate. It says, yes, this is your soulmate. And then one from the Dark Confessions deck, and it says, we are living two separate lives. Okay? All right. So let's go ahead and begin to confirm and clarify. So we have the Magician, and the Magician for me is always as above, so below, but it represents manifestation and skill and confidence and feeling accomplished. Okay, and I feel that for any feminine energy who has walked away from someone who you really felt you had a connection with, or you really felt good energy with, or you really just had good feelings for, in love with, it takes a very strong and confident woman to do that. Okay, so let's go ahead and clarify and see what we get. Spirit, please clarify one card for the Magician, please. Thank you, Spirit. And at the bottom of the decks, we have Ten of Cups. So this is definitely speaking, right along with that soulmate energy. Because it's with the Magician, I feel that for the feminine energy who has turned her back on a soulmate because he betrayed her by not disclosing that he was married. And this wasn't just for a small period of time. This was definitely for a long period of time. Okay? So I believe that you felt that you manifested this person. I said in the Instagram story, you really weren't that interested in love and romance. You might be of a particular age and you just are enjoying living single. You weren't seeking or even to be sought out by love and romance, right? But if this person showed up and he showed up in a way that made you feel soulmate energy, then of course that would match the bottom of the deck energy, Ten of Cups. It's someone you thought, this is the one, right? Now the card that actually flipped out, wow, is Four of Cups. And it flipped out in reverse. So now we have Four of Cups on the board twice, okay? So 4-4, that might be an angel number for you. You might want to look that up. But in clarification energy, the Four of Cups is in reverse. Whereas in past, present, or future energy, it's in the upright. So what I'm feeling is that if there's any returning partner for whoever this story is for, the Magician can actually be both of the feminine energies that I'm reading for. When the energy who left behind a bachelor player who would never give her the time of day, when you traded that person in, when you grew into your power, stepped into your power, you know your worth, the season change, you turned the wheel, the cycle change. So you have manifested this Ten of Cups in your new partner that your bachelor player, homie lover friend, he didn't even know you had. But you can definitely feel that you manifested that because you took those changes and you made those changes in your life. With Four of Cups in reverse, this is saying to me, definitely for the feminine who has left behind a long-term committed relationship, who it made you feel in Four of Cups energy to leave them behind. With Four of Cups reverse, this is definitely saying to me that someone has either returned or will return to try and change your mind. And it won't necessarily be too hard because you see them as Ten of Cups energy. Okay? Now, for the feminine who traded in the bachelor for an actual, potential companion, I see this Four of Cups in reverse. This is going to be you having to juggle what your decision is, because I believe he's going to actually come in and put a ring on it, right? I believe that you were a catalyst for change in him, which had him now make some major changes in his life. If you notice in this reading, we have 4 major arcana. So there's a lot of change that has gone on, and it's all about the cups, which is emotion and relationships, right? When you stood in your power, you took back your power, you know your worth, you ended the connection with this bachelor. He was never expecting that to happen, and he definitely isn't expecting that you've already moved on with someone else. But I do believe he's going to return, and when he returns, it's going to be magical because this is actually what you've always wanted from him. The song that I heard, it says you tried and tried and tried. And who knows, I saw the number 7. I don't think that this is representing 7 weeks or 7 months. This for sure is representing 7 years. These were long term relationships and connections that both of these feminine energies are in. And for that reason, when he comes in and he's offering to put a ring on it, it's going to make you feel magical, right? And that's the reason why 4 of Cups is in reverse, because now it might actually make you feel, the pain can go away. Whatever disappointment and resentment and regret that you had in this 4 of Cups energy when you walked away from the relationship, if you get this offer now, it's very possible that it can take you out of that energy. And for the feminine who left behind, who you saw as a soulmate, who always treated you as a star, if he comes in now with some type of, gab, right? That I believe I would be, I can't, I'm believing, look, I'm stuttering. That's that juggling energy that they're going to have you in, because I believe that he really does see you this way, right? And so whatever he comes in and tells you is going to be the truth, and it's going to make you juggle whether or not this decision to call death upon this connection, whether or not you stand in it. Okay? So that's a good clarification there. So now let's move on to the star. And with the star is renewal and hope. And like I said, the way the cards are sitting here, the woman's looking out the window with expectation. And this is about seeing someone. And it can be someone who's new. So that means that even if you were in 4 of Cups energy and you felt sad and discontent with the decision that you had to make because of the time that you spent in this connection, you're not getting fully what you want. You don't want just a long-term relationship or, engagementship. You actually want the 10 of Cups. You want to be married. And so because he's not able to give you that, and he has just disclosed he's married but living separate lives, hope is what you are looking for, right? And I think that that's what's represented here. Renewal, hope, serenity, and clarity, okay? And this star energy is also the energy that he put you in when, you weren't even interested in love and romance. You didn't think it was ever going to show up in this lifetime. But this person, with how he treated you and the vibes that you got from him, this person actually made you feel hope for love and romance. And then when we're dealing with the second group that traded the bachelor in, this new person that you've been seeing, and I'm not going to say on the side, because if you're dealing with a bachelor, there's no commitment there. So you weren't cheating on him. It's not giving third party energy at all. You just were exploring your options because you had the time and freedom to do so. And this is the person who you now see gives hope and renewal to love and romance, because this person also sees you this way. And for someone specific, I think that he's actually put a ring on it. Okay? So let's go ahead and clarify the star. Spirit, one message for the star, please. There we go. And we have 3 of Cups. Is the clarifying card. What? You know what? Now, y'all saw me shuffle the cards. The star is at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so 2 stars here. Okay, with the 3 of Cups. So absolutely. In both situations, this masculine that you were dealing with, whether it's the former person you saw as a soulmate that you are disappointed in what he's just revealed to you, you saw him in star energy, healing energy to your soul, as well as you really enjoyed the time that you spent together. Okay. And then I think also for the feminine who traded in the bachelor, it's because, there definitely could have been third parties. Okay. And he wasn't willing and ready to give up that lifestyle. But like I said, when you transformed and you walked away, he was not expecting to miss you the way he missed you, because he never saw any loss of any feminine energy as a loss or a missed opportunity, because he's a bachelor. So he just doesn't value women in that way. But when he did lose you and you traded him in, unbeknownst to him, you traded. He didn't realize how much you actually meant to him. But your change is what actually caused a catalyst, or was a catalyst for change in him. And now he sees you as the star. And this star also, which is at the bottom of the deck, clarifying the star, this is also confirming that the new person that has come into your life, they see you as the star in your energy that you're in now. Changed energy, transformed energy, and he sees your worth now. Okay? So very good. The Three of Cups is about celebration and having a good time together and wanting to come and collab. And so I see both masculine energies feeling this way about the women that I'm reading for. It's just that one, it took a little longer for him to see your worth and your value. Whereas the other, he just never told you that he was legally married. And I think that that also might be, maybe because you are of a particular age, he didn't think that you would go for something like that, or he wouldn't believe, maybe he thought that you would believe it was a third party, even though he knows it's not, because this card says we are living two separate lives. This just makes me feel that it definitely is a legal separation. Okay? Now let's go on into the Four of Cups energy. And this is, the cups deal with the emotional state that's in relationships. And it can also speak of you taking time out to maybe meditate or really think about the relationship that maybe you just lost. After the Three of Cups comes the Four of Cups. So I think this can definitely be the feminine energy who is finding out that the masculine is legally married, which would be three people. Okay? Whether they're living separate lives or not, it would still be a third party. And so this Four of Cups energy can definitely be the energy that you're in now, because you've had to turn your back on what you were expecting was actually a soulmate connection. And then I also believe that this Four of Cups energy is the energy of the bachelor who, when you traded him in, he never thought you would do that. He never thought you'd find your worth. And so that left him in Four of Cups energy, which is the catalyst to his change and putting an end to his player ways. Now he wants to come and put a ring on it and get back with you, back to celebratory times. If you actually decide to stay with the new person that you've been seeing, this is going to leave him definitely in Four of Cups. But that was a lesson that he needed to learn. Okay? Women shouldn't be toyed and played around with. It's one thing on how a relationship begins, but as it goes on and a woman begins to express her feelings to you and tell you how you feel and what it is that you want, if you just continue to stay in that same cycle that you kept her in, then, if she walks away, that's on you. Okay? That was a lesson that you deserved. Okay? And that, I believe, is the masculine energy. I think also that if the feminine who has a new person of interest and a new partner who has proposed to her, or a promise ring or something like that, if you decide to go back to your reformed player, that's going to leave him in Four of Cups energy as well. But let's go ahead and clarify it. Spirit, one card for Four of Cups, please. Thank you, Spirit. And at the bottom of the deck, we have Queen of Wands. And what that says to me, the Queen of Wands is, one, she's ruled by her intuition. She has great creativity and great skill. We started out with the Magician. And so the Magician is also talking about your skills and your confidence and your accomplishment. And because you grew into your power, grew into your worth, changed the cycle, which I'm very proud of the feminines who are in this energy. Very proud of you for doing that. Because of that, you've actually manifested a star quality companion. And that would be synonymous with the energy of the Queen of Wands. Okay? Very good energy. Now let's see the card that actually clarified it. and it is justice. So absolutely, ladies, listen. Okay, and we're not, this isn't going to go too long. I thought this was going to go long, but it's not. Listen, I said I believe that I'm reading for two very powerful and strong-minded mature women. Doesn't matter your age. Age is just a number. It's about maturity. It's about the seasons that have changed and passed. It's about the changes that you've made in your life. It's about what it is that you are manifesting, what it is that you want. It might feel and have felt hard, right, to leave behind these connections, put you in Four of Cups energy. But because you did that, because you stood in your power, guess what? Justice is what you are receiving. And justice is because we had the star that was at the bottom of the deck clarifying this Three of Cups. Okay? Absolutely great energy, y'all. Very good energy. I'm happy to see that for you. So now let's go ahead and get into the Wheel of Fortune. And so, with the wheel, that's talking about luck and change and karma and destiny. And so definitely we have justice coming out. There's a lot of major arcanas in this read. With justice coming out, it's because you turned the wheel. You changed your destiny. You transformed and you transitioned into the new person that you are. You know your worth now. And because you know your worth, that's what you're going to attract. And that's why you have, for the feminine energy who traded in the Bachelor, you have now attracted someone who sees your worth from the start, right? Didn't take 7 years. Now for him, maybe in 7 weeks, he figured out, like, you know what? No, this is the one. Maybe 7 months. But this is the energy he sees you in. That's what he was attracted to, because this is the energy you were standing in. Okay? So the only masculine that's going to be in the Four of Cups energy, I believe, are the masculines that got left behind. Because I believe that even for the feminine energy who was expecting that this was actually her soulmate, right? Even if he does try, I mean, how many more rings can he put on your finger? I intuitively felt that he gave you a promise ring in the distant past. He's giving you an engagement ring now. What he can't give you is a marriage ring, because he's in a cheaper to keeper connection. Unless he changes that, right? Unless that situation changes, then he can't marry you. So the only one who's going to be in this Four of Cups are to the two men who did what they did within these connections, right? But you're the star. Both of these feminine energies are the star, and you have manifested justice in your life. And what that says is, with the woman who's looking out the window, let me see if I can get it on camera. Okay, yeah, no. Yeah, so it would be like this. You see, wait. Anyway, the woman is looking out the window, and her back is turned to who you saw was the soulmate, who was actually living a separate life from his wife and mother of his children. But what you're looking at now is someone new. So that means that you haven't given up hope, right? That there will be justice for you in love in the future. What I do want to say is that perhaps even the man that you thought was your soulmate, perhaps he also was a catalyst for you, because in the beginning I channeled that you had given up on love, or you just weren't interested in it any longer. You thought that it just wouldn't show up in this lifetime, maybe in the next lifetime, but in this lifetime it hadn't. And so you were in Queen of Wands energy and just deciding to live single. But because of how this man treated you, it's proof that a man can treat you and see you as your worth and treat you as your worth. The only problem is he failed to disclose to you the details about his situation. And for that reason, you felt betrayed, which meant that you ended that cycle and you ended the relationship. Okay? So that's what I get there. But let's go ahead and clarify now the Wheel of Fortune, because this is about luck and this is about change and karma. I think the masculines got with this Four of Cups, but about your destiny. And so even if right now it feels like, it's hard, it might feel unbearable, you might feel really sad and disappointed and, some resentment or whatnot, remember, seasons change. And also, people can change, okay? And so if this is either masculine who The one that's in the cheaper to keeper dynamic. It could be that you walking away and him realizing, like, no, my dream person is leaving me because of this situation. He might decide to go ahead and finalize and make this a divorce. That might be what ends up happening with this Wheel of Fortune. And that's what justice could be, that he's deciding to go ahead and divorce and take it to court. Wheel of Fortune, as far as karma, the Bachelor is realizing he took too long. This feminine kept telling you over and over again how she felt, what she wanted from him. He wouldn't give it to him. So guess what? She changed the cycle, which then brought karma upon you. But if you truly did change and give up your player card, that means the next woman that comes in, you're going to treat her differently. So you learned a lesson as well. Okay? So let's go ahead and clarify the Wheel of Fortune. One card for the Wheel of... Okay, well, we got a few. Bottom of the deck is the King of Swords. Now, we have the Justice card that came out with the clarifying the Four of Cups. And I just spoke about that maybe the masculine is going to actually go ahead and demand a divorce from the wife. So that King of Swords here could be a judge. But now we have some masculine energy showing up. And there's one here that I feel is truth, which is the King of Swords. At the end of my writing for Instagram, with regards to the one who outgrew the connection and you traded in the player for this new energy, I believe he's the King of Swords. But what I also, the song that I heard is Him or Me. And that was by a group called Today. And in that song, the feminine had a new person. And so now the person that she had been with the longest was saying, okay, who's it going to be? Is it going to be him or me? And so again, if you have a masculine energy, the King of Swords plays no game. And at the first sight or whiff of indecision-based fuckery on your part, he's going to dead the connection. And that's just real talk. The King of Swords plays no games. That's the reason why within 7 weeks or 7 months, he put a ring on your finger to go along with his intentions of how he sees you and what position he wants to place you in his life. If you get into a place where you're juggling, right, should you go back to this other person, then you're going to get cut off. You're going to miss this opportunity. Okay? So that's what I see with this King of Swords. And the King of Swords could also be the reformed bachelor. He may now see the truth. He may now see his ways and see that all along he had someone that he really could work with and cared about. Three of Cups, he enjoyed the company and the time. And Four of Cups is what made him actually feel like, okay, she wasn't just anybody. This was actually somebody to him. And the King of Swords could be now he's coming into you with the truth to tell you that he wants to put a ring on it, right? To tell you that he has changed. And it's because of your change that has called him to put an end to his player ways. Okay? So that's the bottom of the deck. Now we have 4 cards that came out. And the order they came out in is Ten of Swords. So yes, with Wheel and the Ten of Swords, this is definitely saying that seasons changed. The Ten of Swords would say to me that that's ultimate betrayal. So I think we definitely could be speaking then about the feminine energy who really expected to be married in the Ten of Cups with who she thought was a soulmate, because that's exactly how he treated her. I don't see the Ten of Swords being betrayal and heartbreak in the situation of the feminine who traded in the bachelor, because he was a bachelor. So you already knew it wasn't serious anyway, right? But with the Wheel and Ten of Swords, this is major arcana and minor arcana saying that a situation and a cycle has definitely been put to a close. And then we have the Queen of Cups, okay? Let's see what else we have. The Nine of Swords and the Page of Cups. So, okay, so what I'm seeing here, I think this is definitely, it can speak for both feminine energies. When we have the Wheel, you've outgrown a connection, you have transformed, you decided to put an end to the bachelorette life with your bachelor. The Queen of Cups can also show that this is the position that you actually want to be in. You'd like to be a mother, perhaps, right? Because we even have the Page of Cups here. And this is something that you know that you would like to embark on. You didn't think that you would ever get that from this bachelor, and that's the reason why you've gone ahead and gone with someone new. And the Nine of Swords energy, I believe, is the masculine who you left behind. This is how he felt. Four of Cups and Nine of Cups. Nine of Swords, which is why now he wants to come in with the Page of Cups offer. Okay? That would be for the bachelorette situation. But for the mature older woman who expected that this was her soulmate, with this Wheel of Fortune and the Ten of Swords, with the Queen of Cups, who we definitely know is a mother, with the Page of Cups, I'm seeing that this masculine has decided, instead of just living separate lives, he's going to put an end to it altogether. He's going to divorce. That's what his decision has made, because you've stood your ground and you put an end to that connection. And the Ten of Swords can then represent how the Queen of Cups possibly feels, because all this time that they've been living separate, it's probably still comfortable for her, right? And so these fears could be coming in the Nine of Swords, like how's that going to change the impact of their relationship? I don't know what the deal is, or how come they just decided to live separately. I don't know of the background, and we're not going to get all into that. But I definitely think that masculine energy that you saw as a soulmate is going to put an end to that marriage. He's going to finalize, he's going to get a divorce, finalize it, and he's going to make you an offer. Now, I don't see you being in Nine of Swords energy unless it's in Nine of Swords energy because you had to leave this connection behind. That would be the only reason. And so with the Four of Cups and the Nine of Swords, you feeling that way, that really does say that, yeah, you saw them as your soulmate, right? But now if he comes to you and tells you, no, the relationship is completely over, we're only connected with marital affairs and with regards to the children, I want you to be my wife, it's just that this is what the situation is, then you could be in Nine of Swords energy if now you have to make a decision, should you take the person back or not. Okay? And I don't make the decision for you. Again, this should only be confirmation to what you believe and what you feel. Okay? But I did sense an energy that, the demise of this connection, you're not in a stage yet where you have joy. Okay, you are in a place and phase where you are, you are very discontent and you're very sad and you miss the union with this person. And I think a lot of that Ten of Swords is like ultimate betrayal, and that's how you could have felt, because he's been stringing you along with these rings. So I'm assuming that you've had conversations. He upgraded it to a promise ring. Then there was an upgrade to an engagement ring. If you've given him a final ultimatum, Ten of Swords, make me your wife, and that's when he comes out and tells you we're living separate lives, it could be a group of you who haven't made the final decision to call it off yet, but that's what you're thinking about doing, and you might be finding it hard because of how the situation was. I believe that he truly did treat you with star quality treatment, and it's because he had the freedom to do so. He's not involved with the wife. That's just a mother of his children that they still have, legal connection, but you are his star. Okay, and so that's the decision. If you're in Nine of Swords energy, it's because you're having to make this decision. Either you're going to stay in the connection even though you know you won't be able to be the wife, or if he is deciding in his conversation with you, he wants to get back with you with this Three of Cups. If you tell him no and you keep your back turned to that, then guess what? He's going to put a Ten of Swords to that relationship. Stand your grounds. Stand your grounds, okay? Stand your grounds, ma'am. Now, let's go ahead and clarify death, because that's at the root of the reading. And death is about transformation and change, endings and beginnings and transition. And this is again where I feel that the group who was a bachelorette dealing with a bachelor, because you transformed and you made changes in your life, You actually manifested the type of connection that you want. You win because you changed, right? You transitioned, you transformed. That's why you win. I'm going to say the same for this woman who really thought and thinks and believes this is your soulmate. And the romance angels card even says, yes, it is. But he did betray you because he wasn't honest with you. Okay? If you hold your grounds, and if he really does see you as this star, that he enjoys being with you and he wants to reconnect with you because he himself is in regret and remorse and disappointed with your decision, you leave that relationship dead. Keep your back turned to him until he gives you what you want, and guess what? You're going to get what you want. Let's go ahead and clarify death. Spirit, please clarify death. Thank you, Spirit. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Wands. So I think this one is definitely, again, speaking to the bachelor for life, right? He's turned in his card. He is ready to put an end to his player ways and lifestyles. You see, we don't have the Seven of Swords unless it's in these two cards that flipped out. But there was never any lying with you. So there's no betrayal. This Ten of Swords for you just simply means you concluded that cycle. That cycle's over. But with Knight of Wands clarifying death, that says to me that this is confirming that he has decided to give up the bachelor lifestyle for someone who he now sees you're worth and worthy of. Okay? Knight of Wands. And then this can also speak to that whatever it is that I saw that's coming is coming in fast. It's about to come into you. So you have a reformed player who's about to come to you to put a ring on it. Now you're going to have to disclose to him that you are already seeing someone else who has already put a ring on it or has serious intentions for you, which is then going to leave you in the energy of, well, should you go back? Right? That might be your decision. And then we have the masculine energy because you have ended the connection. You're not speaking to him. You're very upset. You feel betrayed. He's going to come in fast to tell you something. Okay? Let's go ahead and see the cards that came out. Look at that. Eight of Wands and the Moon. Eight of Wands and the Moon. So for some of you, this is going to happen in the future. It may be that you've already communicated with this Eight of Wands, and I'm speaking to the feminine energy who is ready for marriage. You've already communicated to him. This right here might be the ultimatum is in this Eight of Wands, and this Moon energy is the secret that he has to reveal to you of that he is legally married but separated. Okay? And the only thing that I can see with the Moon energy being with the bachelor who has been transformed and wants to come into you to tell you that he has given up his player card. The only Moon energy that I can see here is that he has the actions that you've taken is what made him be able to open up and see you how he truly sees you. He didn't want even to imagine that he could have feelings for a woman. A bachelor is a bachelor for a reason, right? Might have mommy issues or just, really bad PTSD, trust issues towards women. The fact that he had these feelings, he didn't even know he had these feelings for you until you made the change and walked away, okay? That's what let him know how much you actually meant to him, okay? And so the Moon is his feelings were actually hidden behind the Moon. He didn't know until you took the action that you took and then you communicated to him and broke it off. Okay? Now the secret can also be, what are you going to do? That might be the T. When either of these masculines come back and tell you what it is that they want to tell you to get you back into your energy, the secret here is the Moon. This might here be the final outcome. So I think we should go ahead and clarify that. Let's clarify the Moon. Now we have on the board 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 major arcana. Okay, this is major right here. Okay, major. What deck should we use for the Moon? Because this is going to tell us what is the Moon hiding. This could just simply be saying you don't see this coming, but the moon might also be the outcome, what your decision is going to be. Let's use the Kipper deck. Okay, let's go ahead and cut it. Let's use the Kipper deck. Because see, this Four of Cups is what showed up with the Magician, which is what you've manifested. So by you taking the action, your transition, your transformation, it's caused a transformation. You were a catalyst for this player. Now he's going to come back with an offer, a serious offer at that. Queen of Cups on the board. He sees you as a queen, wants to make you a queen, wants to get back together with you, wants to bring justice to this situation. You've changed, he's put an end to his player ways. He wants to communicate that to you. You have everything that you want right now in that Magician energy. You have this new person who came right off the riff and sees your worth. But the moon then shows up on the board. This might be the secret that the married man, but legally separated, was keeping from you, and this is what he's going to communicate to you. So for that group, this is what's coming for you in the future. And then the moon could also be that he also has decided, okay, forget it. I'll go ahead and get a divorce because you're worth it. All right, let's go ahead and clarify. Spirit, give me a clarification for the moon, please. Thank you, Spirit. At the bottom of the deck is high honor, and the card that flips out is coffin, and the number is 19. Wow. You know what? I think this definitely says that the married masculine is going to dead the relationship. That's what we're clarifying. So we have two death cards. He's going to put an end to the marriage it's just the cheaper to keeper situation. He's going to put it into it because he sees you as worth it. Okay? And that's what the high honor card here. He sees you as worth it. And guess what? 25 equals 7. And remember, I said 7 was significant. For the woman who was waiting, thought this was her soulmate, 7 years is what I believe you've waited. And so either I believe you feel that you put in so much time and effort, you deserve to be a wife. You deserve to be in high honor. And if he can't give it to you, then you'll just continue looking out the window for someone who can, right? You're not going to give up hope. But I believe he's actually going to put an end to that marriage. And now with that situation, and the cheaper to keeper, it might mean it's going to get expensive with this divorce. So, I'm picking up on your lifestyle might change. Like I already read that he gave you star treatment, maybe even 2 rings. So finances are probably going to change somewhat, perhaps, but that's okay because love is love. Money is just money. And so that shouldn't be a deciding factor for you, although it has been a deciding factor for him. Okay. Beautiful energy, ladies. Listen, you know your worth. You are high honor. You are worthy and deserving to be in this Queen of Cups energy and position. You are getting justice, okay, from either partner. Whether it is, even I would say, even for the bachelor who returns, if you were with it in a 7-year entanglement and because of your transformation, it has made him turn in his player cards. And what you don't see coming is that he's about to communicate to you with this coffin, clarifying death, right? That he has put an end. 1 and 9 is 10. 10. Okay, 10, 10. He's ended his player ways. And there's a masculine who, because he sees you in high honor, is going to actually go ahead and follow divorce. So absolutely beautiful energy, y'all. I can't be more happy for you. I feel that, like I said from the beginning, I was reading for feminines who are very strong-minded. You've matured, you have healed, and you know your worth. And because you're standing your worth and you know your power, that's the reason how come you are getting justice at the end. Guess what? Seasons change, and people can change. Turn the wheel, and change your season. Okay? So listen, I thank you so much for joining me here today, Collective. I hope that there was a message here that encourages you in your direction, your story, and your situation. And if it has, then that means that I've answered the call and I understood the assignment, and it has been my pleasure indeed. Don't forget to check the Channeled Songs playlist, and that'll contain the songs that I channeled in this read, and also for more confirmation and intuition, because you'll be able to listen to the full song. That'll be in the description box. I'll also make sure to include some timestamps, and then also there will be an Instagram link where you can get Storytime Tarot with me. In closing, remember to always follow, believe, trust, hear, and listen to your intuition. Know your worth and be worthy. Until next time, Collective, toodles, peace, love, and light. Namaste.